Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Fall Break Podcast. I am your host, Mason Fall. I am here joined by two of my closest friends. A repeating occurrence is Damien Young. How are you doing today, Damien?
Oh, actually, I'm doing very good.
All right, that's good to know. And I'm also joined here by a new guest on the show, our one and only Peyton Despeghel. How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm amazing.
Okay. Just want to point out that our last episode of the podcast was cut off early. There was a problem with our software, so just want to give you a little bit more of that story. Basically, what happened was after he grabbed the butter, I went to his mom, and so she got kind of upset, but she wasn't really upset because apparently that's something normal he does. Is that something normal he does, Damien?
Honestly, no. He does things that are kind of like that, but he does not do that normally.
Okay. Well, that's very embarrassing, but basically what happened was I told his mom, and she got upset, took his phone away, and I gave him back the controller, and he got really pissed at me. But that was pretty much it. You guys didn't miss much, all right? And we're going to go to Peyton over here. Hey, Peyton.
Hi.
How are you doing, Peyton?
I'm all right.
So Peyton showed up today wearing this really expensive-looking suit. Can you tell us what happened today?
Well, sad event. I went to a funeral, and I had to wear that luxurious suit. And I'm wearing blue because I changed.
That's cool, man. That's great. And Damien, how is your day going, buddy?
Didn't I already answer this question?
Well, yeah. But you want to talk or not?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. Well, we're not gonna talk to you anymore. Okay. All right. So today, we're just gonna talk about stuff that's going on. So we just finished the beginning of first quarter, and we're now rolling into our new classes. We already discussed this with Caleb, and now we're going to move on to Peyton. So Peyton, could you please tell us your new classes for second quarter?
For sure. Okay. I'm.
Be honest, boy.
I'm currently taking electronics. And then I have metals with Melbourne. And then I have English 10 because bad things. I failed. I got to retake. And yeah.
All right, that's pretty cool. And just want to point out to all of you at home, we did get to 32 views on our very first episode of the podcast, which I am very proud of, to say the least, because it only released this morning because my computer was taking its sweet time to upload the video, and I had to stay up until like 1 in the morning to make sure that it was done. But now I'm pretty sure we can upload it faster. I'm gonna get an Ethernet cable, so that way the upload speed is faster. Anything you want to talk about, Damien?
So anyways, guys, have you guys ever had visions?
I guess you need to be a little more brief on that. What is that supposed to mean?
Okay, so, like, something bad was supposed to happen, and you kind of foresaw it coming, but it came to you, like, through a dream.
Okay, so like this is like yesterday when we were talking about when your mom had a vision you were gonna fall off that quarry.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and why did you want to talk about this?
Oh, because there was one thing I forgot to mention. I normally have those types of visions too at times.
So you've seen some things?
Yep.
Do those things include us?
Sometimes.
Okay. I'm a little skeptical on this. Anything you want to add, Peyton?
Very strange.
Yeah, that is very strange. So, Damien, could you be a little bit more could you give us like some kind of context to this? Like what kind of visions do you have?
Oh, wait. Well, it's a little complex, but I mainly have like brief sections of like something that's gonna happen, and then it mixes other things. Like for example, a few years ago, back in freshman year, for the high school, I ended up having a vision of a house burning, and it was supposed to be my family's home. What ended up happening is, in the vision, it happened in my room, but I told my mother before it happened, and we had replaced almost all the outlets. Then what eventually happened was it started in my mother's room. And normally, my visions only happen after a few months. And I tend to forget them if I don't tell anyone.
So you had a vision that your place was gonna burn down?
I did have one that it was, and it did.
Because I remember, if you your folks at home, if you don't know Damien, his old place burned down a little bit, like maybe like what was it, like a few years ago?
Looking it up right now.
Okay, so what happened was Damien's place burned down, and then they had to move over to his new house, which he lives at now, and it was kind of kind of hard to imagine, considering Damien always has that positive attitude, but he's always been the cheerful type. Nothing really brings him down.
Found it.
Well, you found it. What is it?
It was November 12th, 2019. That's when the news forecast was there.
The news was there, like, to
Yep.
talk about it. Could you read a few lines?
Okay, one sec. I think I had maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Not even. Wait, what? I had maybe 5 or 10 minutes, not even 5 or 10 minutes, before it was at my front door, Young said. Young said she was awake with her 5-month-old child when she suddenly smelled smoke. As a precaution, she said she unplugged a small space heater she typically used at night. I've been using it for the last 4 weeks, no problem, Young added. Months later, she noticed, moments later, she noticed smoke seeping up from the floorboards. That's when she said she punched a hole in the wall behind the outlet, removed installation, and saw flames shooting out. My train of thought at that time was kids first. Get the kids out. Gotta get the kids out, Young said. Young said her mobile home was built in 1974, and she struggled to get it insured due to how dated the home was. She said she had to replace all of the 12 outlets in her home, and the one that was near the fire was replaced less than 3 years ago. Yet, it somehow... broke. Yeah.
I think that's enough.
Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy. Do you have anything to say about that, Peyton?
So this was
2019.
was this real or this is a vision?
This was on WQAD.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, look, the WQAD news report showed up to his house, and it was just burning down.
Did you get hurt or did you have like any injuries or anything?
Honestly, I was too sleepy before I realized that the house was burning down, because I remember I woke up and my mother said, "Get out of the house right now, quick." I don't remember getting up, to be honest.
That is crazy. I mean, so when did this happen?
Well, if you want to go by the full time before the news got involved, I would say it was like November 10th when the fire had happened itself before the news got involved.
Was this when we just met in middle school or high school?
No, it was in high school. It was freshman year in high school.
That's when you had the blue hair.
Yeah.
If any of you know Damien, he has had blue dyed hair in the past, and he wanted to be anime so badly.
No. Well,
and whenever me and my dad talk about like my friends and all that, he calls you the blue haired kid. It's true. But Peyton, when did we meet?
I pretty sure that we met in middle school.
Yeah, I think we met in middle school. We weren't like really
close.
friends. We weren't close or friends at all, but we knew each other.
Yeah, we were like acquaintance type of thing.
Yeah.
And then we started to get close like senior year.
Yeah, it was weird because it was like the start of senior year, and we had like I never had an off block before, and I just found out, me and Peyton always sit next to each other like before class starts in the library.
Oh yeah.
And I found out me and him shared the same off block, and I was like, "You just want to go out and do something?" And he was like,
Heck yeah, dude. Let's do it.
Yeah, and we just started hanging out ever since, and now look at us. We're filming a podcast, and you're in it.
Yeah, this is crazy. I mean,
Are you glad to be here?
I am very glad to be here.
Because so far we've only had 3 guests on the show: Damien, Caleb, and now Peyton. And it's very cool to see you here. Yes. And for all of you at home, if you have any advice to give me about anything you want to see or talk about, or if you just want me to shout out your name and during the podcast, please let me know on my Snapchat, Jellyby5030. Or if you want to be a guest, you better reach out, because I have a list of like 4 people, and we could always have more people if you want to show up. But as for right now, I'm totally open for suggestions if you guys want to talk about anything. You want to talk about anything, Peyton?
Well, God, what is there to talk about? There's a lot to talk about. I mean, like, things going on in the world and such.
I know. Well, we already talked about the Queen of England and her passing yesterday, and then we almost slipped into politics, but thank God we didn't.
Yeah.
And just want to let you guys know, how long do you think it's been?
How long do you think it's been?
Honestly, maybe 20 minutes.
It's been 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
I thought you were going to say less so I could surprise you, but, I guess 20 minutes, I guess. Because time flies really fast for you.
Time does fly.
It does.
It does fly. That's one of the main quotes that I think about, because if I think about it, it felt like yesterday I was in elementary school in my 5th grade class talking about the American pilgrims.
I'm always having weird thoughts. Like, not really weird, but like just, memories of school, like elementary, middle school, stuff in the past.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure everyone has those thoughts.
right. And and we're seniors in high school now, and we're going to be graduating soon, and we're going to have to forget whatever happened. So all of our childhood memories, we're going to turn 18 and then 19, and then next thing you know, we have a middle class job, and we have balding heads, and we're going to look like our dads and shit. That's just going to be disgusting.
Oh, wait. I do remember when I was 5. This was before I had a little brother. I calculated my own death.
You calculated your own death?
Yes.
At age 5?
Yes. If I were to live to 100, I calculated the exact year I would die. And that would have been 2105.
Wow.
2105. You're not going to live. If you do, congratulations. But
It's a long time.
you look really tired.
I am feeling great.
Well, if you want, there's a blanket on my couch, and there's a pillow if you want to take a snooze. I'm not complaining. Go ahead. Go ahead, take a snooze on my $120 couch that I got at Goodwill. But yeah, continuing on. Oh yeah, there's a lot of childhood memories I have, and it just felt like maybe a few days ago that happened. And looks change. Just finished my last game, my last high school football game last Friday. Just finished up my first quarter of my senior year, and it felt like yesterday I was just done with my freshman year. And next thing you know, we're all gonna be gone. We don't know where we're gonna go. We never know.
Yeah, I have a topic to talk about with you. I mean, you're going to college for football, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about going to college for football. Why?
I've just thought about it, and I was like, I think you told me about like a coach talking to you about it. Haven't you?
Yeah. I talked to a few coaches online on Twitter. And they've reached out to me before every game, telling me, "Yo, you go get them. Yeah, you go Bulldogs. Bulldogs #1."
Yes.
But there's something really funny that I want to show you guys. Where's my phone? Here it is. One of these college coaches that I talked to, I don't remember which college it was for, but
Twitter.
But when you're filling out a questionnaire, and then you tell them like your Twitter handle and stuff, they reach out to you, and hold on, it was
They reach out to you.
they reach out to you, and it was quite the funniness. Damien, do you have anything to talk about right now?
Oh, actually, I do. What are your guys' dreams? Like, what do you wish to accomplish?
What do I wish to accomplish in
Oh
life?
no.
I mean, I want to like be a successful person, and maybe a businessman.
I'm going.
My dream is I probably just want to be a
Football star?
no, that's like a side dream, but it's probably not gonna happen. My main dream is to pursue a career in graphic designing for like companies and stuff, and making logos for small businesses and stuff, because something I do in my free time is I just make graphic designs, like the thumbnails and the videos and not the videos, but the graphic ideas that I have.
Everything makes so much more sense.
Are you playing Sonic in the middle of the podcast?
No, I would never.
I'm watching Knuckles. You're playing Sonic.
No, you have no idea.
You just died. You just died playing Sonic the Hedgehog.
You have no evidence.
If I had a camera right now, I would prove it.
I guess he's bored of the podcast already.
Yeah, I
No,
guess
I
he
would
did.
never.
Yeah, I guess he just doesn't want to be here today.
I'm devoted. Wait.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he will.
Yeah.
Wait.
You look.
I don't even want to ask what your dream is.
Handsome.
What's your dream, Damien?
Honestly, I wish to be an engineer of something.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
That's surprising.
And yet you can't lift a wrench.
Son of a gun.
Thank you for not cussing. You know what? You get $1 from the dollar swear jar because you just saved yourself from cussing. Thank you, Damien.
Sweet money.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna have to get a dollar jar now for some. Okay. But anyway, continuing on. Is there anything else you guys would like to discuss today?
God. Do you have any ideas? I'm running out of ideas.
I have one.
What?
Okay. What is a nightmare that you guys still remember
A
from?
nightmare.
Oh my God, a nightmare like
Yeah.
A nightmare.
Like-
like my.
I have a lot of nightmares.
I've had. So picture this. Okay, I was like probably like maybe 5 or 7, and it lasted me for like an entire like 3 years. It was a dream. It was a nightmare that I had. I was being tucked in bed by my grandma, and for some reason I was like this weird ogre monster, and the bed like cartoon sprang up. I was flying in the air. My grandma looked at me, turned around and ran, and then I chased after her. And then the doors started banging like.
Oh dear.
I hope I didn't just hit stop recording. I didn't.
Oh thank goodness.
Uh-oh. No, we're still good. Okay.
Oh.
And it was just and I looked at the door, and it was me. Like, I was looking at me through the other door, and I opened it. He didn't say anything, but I screamed, and then that was it. That was the end of the nightmare.
Wow.
And it was like the most like weird, freakiest stuff I could think about. And that nightmare lasted me for about like maybe 2 to 3 years when I was little, and it was crazy.
I'll go last because I have some good stories.
Okay.
I am brutal and graphic.
Let's
But-
do this.
Just try to make it family friendly a little.
Family friendly. I'll try.
Even the tiniest bit.
Gosh. Okay.
Wait, how brutal and gore is this?
It's or I don't know. You'll hear it when I talk about it.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, I was at my house, chilling, and then my mom, she was evil, and she comes out with a chainsaw.
A chainsaw?
Yeah, and then she pulls me down the stairs and cuts me open. She cuts my legs off. She cuts my legs, my arms off.
I think we should stop because your
Yeah.
mom's probably gonna listen to this. Did she know about this nightmare?
Yes, she knows.
Okay, that's good. But wait, which house was this? Is this the house I picked you up at?
This is same house. I've been living there for like 12 years.
The curse of the abandoned
It's
house.
crazy. For you guys who don't know, Peyton's mom and owns a shop in Muscatine.
Muscatine, yep. Muscatine, it's called Flipped Out Furniture.
Do you want to just plug it real quick?
Plug it.
Just talk about it real quick so we can give your mom a little
Sure.
promotion.
God, okay. It's her business started out on Harrison Street in Davenport, and then eventually she moved 4 years later to Muscatine, and then now she's successful and has a big business.
I found it.
Yep.
Okay.
Talk about it.
So if you guys who want to go out and explore in Muscatine, it's called Flipped Out Furniture on 225 East 2nd Street, Muscatine, Iowa 52761. And for the phone number for that, it'll be 563-271-3875. And this is owned by the Despeghels in Muscatine. And your sister is Sarah, and she plays in West Liberty, right?
Yeah. Yep, West Liberty. And she lives in a farm, in a farmhouse with my grandparents. And that's out in Nichols, Iowa. It's a small town. It's not really common, so a lot of people don't know what it is. They're always asking me what's that? And I have to explain it.
That's great. Nichols, Iowa?
Nichols, Iowa.
I've never even heard of that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so continuing on, Damien, what was your nightmare?
Actually, I've had many that have traumatized me for years. Okay. There's two main ones that, I still remember clear as day, or partly.
Say the worst one.
Oh. That's hard.
Rip off the Band-Aid. Rip off the Band-Aid.
Like everyone's just yelling at me, rip off the Band-Aid. Oi. Oi. One or two?
Do you have a coin?
Oh, one is right there on the floor behind you.
Right here.
Or that thing.
So,
Wait.
all right. So we have two nightmares right here.
Yep.
All right. So smiley face. So smiley face is gonna be the worst one. Tails is gonna be the second one.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And it's just gonna land. I'm not gonna catch it. It's just gonna land where it is.
The first one it is.
All right. The first one.
Okay, so this one is one of the most recent ones because it happened a few years ago, back in middle school. Okay, so I've had a dream that takes place in this world before. It was like a candy world, everything was made of candy. And the thing is,
It's a nightmare.
Yes, it was a nightmare. Not the Candyland thing. Not that. No. Okay, what happened is when I was in the dream, I was in a maze with my mother, and I think my dad was there too. I don't remember that clearly if he was there too. But what ended up happening is about 3 hours into.
The microphone.
Oh. Sorry. Oh wait, 3 hours into the maze, me and my mother got stuck in a very small room, and these candy cane spikes came out of nowhere and started to, how do I say it? They started try impaling either me or my mother. And what ended up happening is my mother got impaled everywhere. I was next to her crying and like yelling at her not to die. And what in I know it sucks.
That sounds traumatizing.
I
I
know.
thought I'd be happy with all the sugar and
No.
candy.
I was just like, you're in the middle of like a gumdrop rainforest, like picking up pieces of candy here and there, and then all of a sudden,
Like the like a witch.
mother, please don't die on me.
Like a witch comes out.
Hold on.
So, anyways, what ended up happening is, as I said, I was next to my mother, crying as she had been impaled all over her body by these candy cane spikes.
Yeah.
Okay, and what ended up happening is, I think, well, there was one of two ways that this went that are kind of hard for me to remember, but I think I was able to make it out of the maze, because for me, sorry about the mic thing. Wait, what happened for me was that I ended up, after like 5 hours, I think, I ended up getting out of the maze, and I look back. There's a man running at me full speed, and I just wake up suddenly.
Holy crap!
I wake up screaming, and there's a plot twist to this, though. While I was asleep, my mother swore that she heard me calling her. And she told me this after I woke up, but I was crying in my sleep and saying, Mom, please don't die.
Don't die, Mom.
Oh, wait, here.
Okay. All right. That was pretty messed up.
Not as bad as the other one.
Okay, well, we're not gonna be able to get to that because we are so far only 2.5 minutes away from closing
Oh no!
from our second episode. Because I'm pretty sure my computer can't handle 40 minutes of audio. So these episodes are gonna be pretty brief for the rest of for as long as I'm gonna do this. And I'm not sure if I want to keep the fall